Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Wrestling Rundown, episode number 139. No, I think it's 140, actually. It's in the title, though. I don't exactly know because I forgot to look it up ahead.
You started putting him in the title?
Yeah. I have to go back and, fix
That just
it.
goes to show you I don't watch the shows that we do.
Yeah. I believe I think it's episode 140 because we did 138 a couple weeks ago, and me and Noah did 139. So I think it's 140. And I'm Owen the Birdman Finch, and I'm here with the co-host of the show.
Chris!
Want to introduce yourself?
Chris! 139, by the way.
Oh, okay. So this episode's 139, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next episode. Well, the one we're doing, since this is taped, Sunday, right?
What?
For the actual rundown.
Well, this is the rundown, but
we'll
have this up. I'll have this up later, but then we're doing tomorrow's episode. We're doing 140 tomorrow because that way Noah can be on. So,
yay, doing it finally.
Yeah, and I gotta say though, we're doing a pretty good job. We're keeping it up with it weekly. We haven't dropped the ball yet, so
I have plenty of times.
Well, you couldn't be on last week because of reasons. So, well, because we did it so late last week. You wanted to be in bed, like.
And I'm an old man.
Yeah.
I'm an old man. I'm an old fart.
Before we talk about the stuff we're going to talk about today, since this is kind of NXT related, that we're going to talk about today, do you have any thoughts you had from TakeOver Phoenix last week?
Thought it was really, really good.
Yes.
It was excellent.
What would you give it for a letter grade?
B+.
Okay. What keeps it from an A? What keeps it from the A grade?
Every match was really solid.
I agree with that.
It's actually an A-.
Okay.
An A-. My final answer.
Okay.
It was an excellent show. There's really nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
And I even said it felt like that there was just something missing on this one. That's why I didn't give it an A. But that's still an A- is still a really good grade. Like if we expect more than an A-, then that's just if an A- is going to be the standard, then that's just awesome right there. So.
Oh, I know, yeah.
I wish the main roster shows could be like that. Well, not like an A-, but at least a B or a B- was the standard.
Yeah, if they could have been on the same level.
Yeah. But yeah, that's that, and obviously we'll talk about the match that, from Halftime Heat that was set up, on TakeOver. We're going to talk about that after Worlds Collide because we've decided to break up Worlds Collide and Halftime Heat into one video because if we try to include this with the regular shows, we'll be on the rundown for 5 hours. I think so.
It's going to take us far too long to do it.
Yeah, so we're just going to talk about Worlds Collide and Halftime Heat. This show should only take an hour because we're only talking about really 2 shows, and
yeah,
they're not that long. But we had Worlds Collide, and we just talked about this right before we started recording. This obviously was pre-taped during not WrestleMania Access, Royal Rumble, because I'm using WrestleMania Access, not Royal Rumble. But this was taped during Royal Rumble Access within the past couple of days. And we just talked about this. If you went to the Royal Rumble and did everything, you really got your money's worth. You got access where they're going to be taping some matches from NXT UK and obviously this Worlds Collide tournament they did. And you had NXT TakeOver itself. Then you had Royal Rumble, then Raw, then SmackDown, and then obviously the NXT dark matches because they're taped before NXT TakeOver. So you got an episode of NXT along with it.
Oh, and I know.
Awesome. The only reason you could say you were ripped off is you had to watch main event. That was what everyone would be. Can you imagine I feel like you would be that guy. Like you would be so happy doing all this stuff, and then you would watch like an episode of Main Event. Oh, ripped off. I don't like this.
I would feel very ripped off.
Yeah, just because you had to watch one episode of Main Event. Like, yeah,
Not happening.
Yeah.
Not happening.
You also got 205 Live too. Actually, I forgot to mention that too.
205 Live.
Yeah. So you got a lot. And obviously too, you got to meet a lot of the wrestlers too, because that's part of Access was the sign-ins and stuff. So you really got your money's worth if you went to the Royal Rumble this year. I was actually thinking about going, but it's too far. I'm not going all the way to Phoenix to go to the Royal Rumble. So, it kind of sucks though that because now they're never gonna air the Royal Rumble here ever again, probably because they're gonna probably do it in like baseball and football stadiums, and obviously because if you've seen the weather like the past couple of weeks, it's very unpredictable to know if a Royal Rumble will ever come here because we can barely get a WrestleMania now. So
yeah.
So thanks a lot, Royal Rumble, for being too good. Now we can't have it anymore, so we're not allowed to have those nice things. The closest we're gonna get it is that doesn't make any sense though, because why can't we have a WrestleMania? They're going to New York for WrestleMania. New York and Massachusetts have the same, weather and stuff.
Oh, I know.
So it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense to me. But let's talk about Worlds Collide. So we're just going to say it right now, right before we talk about the show itself. This show was very weird with the way they structured it, because what they did was they posted the first round and the quarterfinals all on YouTube, and the Battle Royal that determined these matches, well, the first round mostly, was on the network, but it was confusing for me because obviously I told you how to watch it. But if you watched I watched the first round matches first, and they were telling me about this Battle Royal, and I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't see a Battle Royal. and apparently they said that we're going to air this Battle Royal tonight, and I'm just kind of like, why bother? Because when I watch the Battle Royal later on in the show, I'm kind of like, well, I kind of know how this is going to go because I just watched the first round and things like that. Like, what they should have done is they should have just aired the whole thing on the network, aired it at 6:30 because the show ended around 10 o'clock. I didn't watch, obviously, the show live because I think we were doing the Retro Wrestling Review series that day, I think. That's why I didn't watch it live.
Yeah.
But it would have ended like at 10:30, so it's not like, it would have ended 30 minutes late, but that's not like that's that big of a deal. Like anybody else, I don't really get that at all. So, and it's not like this was appealing. This show was appealing to the casual fans anyway. It was appealing to the hardcore fans. So, it would have done well in the network numbers. It was just really weird because some of the matches I saw on this show, my star ratings are affected by the fact I already knew some of the results ahead of time. So, like the biggest example was Humberto Carrillo versus Drew Gulak. I already knew. No, not Gulak. Versus Zach Gibson. I already knew the result because I know Humberto Carrillo advanced because he literally on the YouTube stream wrestled Velveteen Dream in the quarterfinals. So what was I supposed to think? Was I supposed to pretend that didn't happen? Like I don't everybody knows when it comes to that type. I don't live in that type of world where I just pretend it didn't happen. Like
I know, yeah.
So yeah, that's the biggest criticism because this show would have been an A- show had it not had that issue. Just saying that right now. But let's talk about this show. Now, obviously, the commentary, I think, was broken up because this was taped. And that's also what's kind of funny, too, is when they tried to say that they did this tournament all on one night, that wasn't the case at all because... So they, when Velveteen Dream would come out to wrestle, he would, still have his ribs taped up and stuff like that. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not buying any of this crap. So I think he was wearing different attire, too. Why would he change attires if he's wrestling, all in the same show? What is he not? I don't know. It was just weird. It just sucks when they say that because we clearly know that they didn't do all this in one night because no one would watch them because Access people would be going to get autographs from the superstars at Access and stuff. So, I just always think it's funny that they do that. Like, for example, on NXT UK this week, they talked about how Joe Coffey still has that black eye from the NXT UK title match with Pete Dunne. But I think it's funny because they taped that show like the night after Blackpool, so clearly he's obviously going to have a black eye. What is he? It's just going to magically go away after one
It's
night.
just gonna magically go away.
By the way, I gotta say, Nigel McGuinness. We never talked about his magical powers because technically in kayfabe terms, he flies to NXT UK in Blackpool and then magically is just able to fly to Florida in just a span of like a few hours. Like, what magical powers he's got? Like,
he's got the magical powers.
We're off topic, but we just got to talk about that type of stuff. So, but let's talk about this show. So the commentary team obviously was separated because I think people were busy doing things, as like Nigel did and Vic. Well, Nigel didn't commentate. I don't think like the first round because I think he was gonna do Takeover that day. So he obviously had other projects he was doing. So
yeah.
But Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton commentated the first round matches and the Battle Royal, which was very awkward because it was face commentators. So, and then Vic Joseph and Byron Saxton commentated all the quarterfinal matches. And obviously, there's some people out there that say that Tom Phillips is better than Vic Joseph. Go watch this show because it's not true at all. So,
yeah.
Because
I think Vic Joseph is good. I honestly do. He's gotten much better since the beginning.
Yeah, he was awesome on the halftime Heat show.
He was awesome on halftime Heat.
Yeah,
and he's been awesome on NXT UK.
And he was awesome here. Like you could just hear the difference.
He was really good here too.
Between him and Tom Phillips. I mean, I shouldn't say that because Tom Phillips is your boy. So
Thomas.
Yeah.
Me and Tom boy.
Yep.
Me and Tommy Tom.
And then Vic and Nigel McGuinness commentated the quarterfinal matches, which was really weird because like when we first see Nigel on commentary, he like didn't say much at first because I thought he was like getting set up to be on commentary, and Vic's trying to talk to him, and I bet Nigel's like, "Stop talking to me! I'm trying to get set up here." Like,
stop fucking talking to me.
I want to see like him like just go absolute heel. Like when Vic asks him a question, deck him in the face. Like, you want to ask me questions when I'm getting set up on commentary, huh? And then like him just transition into like the wrestling role and just like, yeah, I've had to sit back this table while I've had to watch people live my dreams, and I have to hear people like him ask me dumb questions like that. Like just Vic asking him just a simple question just sends him over the edge.
Just you got to go over the edge.
Yeah. But let's talk about the 15-man Battle Royal, which had all the competitors from this tournament, which I'm going to pull up real quick just because I know I'll miss some sort of name or something in there. But because obviously what this did was whoever won this tournament got like a bye in the first round, which that's a big deal because, you don't have to wrestle and you're going to be more rested and stuff like that. But the order of the eliminations determined the brackets of the tournament, which I kind of like that they did that because that's something different we hadn't seen before. I would have liked it more if I didn't already know the first round matches. Because, for example, like when Alberto Carrillo got eliminated, and I'm like, oh, okay, so that means Zach Gibson's getting out next. So, but in this Battle Royal, where all the competitors of the tournament representing NXT was Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Dominic Dijakovic. See, I got his name right this time. I've been calling him a different name. Dijakovic. Keith Lee, and Shane Thorne. Huh?
You would call him that.
Yeah. But yeah, representing NXT was Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Dominic Dijakovic, Keith Lee, and Shane Thorne, which was a very good class. Shane Thorne I thought was random to be in there, but I mean, I really didn't have an issue with it. And then representing NXT UK was Mark Andrews, Tyler Bate, Travis Banks, Jordan Devlin, and one half of the NXT UK Tag Team Champion, Zach Gibson. And representing 205 Live was Cedric Alexander, Tony Nese, which I thought was kind of funny because last week on 205 Live, kayfabe-wise, he was suspended off the show. So I wondered I was wondering if they were going to come up with like a storyline reason why he just randomly was at Worlds Collide when he's supposed to be suspended, but that didn't happen. Can you imagine that at like a Super Bowl where like someone gets suspended and they're just randomly at the game for no explanation? Like,
randomly playing in the game.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because he can be at the game.
He could be. I think. Actually, no, you can't be.
Well, you can buy a ticket.
You could. Very keen on that, but playing in the game, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what Tony Nese just pretty much did. He pretty much just was like suspended, and then they were just kind of like, because I think they taped this obviously before that storyline came out.
And yeah, this was taped on January 26th and 27th.
Yeah,
and aired on February 2nd.
And Drew Gulak, TJP, and Humberto Carrillo finished up the 205 Live class.
I haven't watched 205 in forever, so I haven't seen TJP. But, like, when the fuck did he get those horrible tattoos?
He hasn't wrestled in a few weeks. I don't know when he got them, but, because I'm trying to...
They're fucking terrible.
Yeah. I was even thinking about that, like, because it's been so long since I've seen him wrestle, because he hasn't wrestled in I think the last match he's had was, I don't know the last match he's had, actually. I think he faced Lucha House Party, like, in that Tornado Tag Team match when he teamed up with Mike Kanellis, but, he didn't have him then, I don't believe, so, but yeah, I don't know when he got those, but they were he's pretty bad. But obviously you had this, 15-man Battle Royal. Like I said, I thought this was a very cool concept to kind of do like a big crossover show with all the brands. Yeah. Pretty much all the Triple H's projects right here going at it. So.
And it determines seeding too.
Yeah. And obviously we didn't mention whoever wins the tournament gets a championship match from any of the brands, whatever one they want. It could be any belt. So like, you know, if Shane Thorne had won, if he wanted to, he could go after the cruiserweight belt. But obviously, like Velveteen
Dream. Should go the 205 Live belt.
Yeah, I almost messed that up. But obviously, you had to fit the 205 Live limits. Like obviously, if Velveteen Dream won, he wouldn't be able to go after the cruiserweight belt.
And you got to any championship you want.
Yeah, well, unless you're not if you're over 205, so if you're 206, you're not going after the cruiserweight championship. So
what if they made like a gimmick where you're like Mr. 206?
Yeah, I know. And you know, the Battle Royal was a pretty good Battle Royal. Humberto Carrillo got out first because him and Zach Gibson were going at it, and Zach Gibson starts talking shit to him, which allows Keith Lee to come up from behind and eliminate him, which means that it's going to be, you know, Humberto Carrillo versus Zach Gibson in the first round. And obviously they did that to set up that storyline. Well, not that match because they were, you know, mad at each other. And then I believe Cedric Alexander got out next, and then Tyler Bate got out next. So that means it was going to be Tyler Bate versus Cedric Alexander in the first round, which I would have been more excited to. I would have been, which obviously was very excited. I would have been more excited, but like I said, I had already seen that match by the time this aired, so I wasn't as excited as I would have been. And then I believe
that's like a pay-per-view quality match, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying, but I would have been more excited if I had already seen the match earlier in the day.
I'm just saying that's like a pay-per-view quality match right there.
Yeah, and then you have Mark Andrews
in the first round.
Yeah. Then you have Mark Andrews get out next, and Drew Gulak got out, so they were going to face off in the first round. Then TJP got out, and everybody works together to eliminate... Actually, no, I believe... everyone worked together to eliminate Dominik Dijakovic, so that means it was going to be Dominik Dijakovic versus TJP. Keith Lee got out next. I believe, actually, Dominik Dijakovic eliminated him. And then Travis Banks gets out, and he gets eliminated by Jordan Devlin, which that made sense because that continued their feud. And Jordan Devlin does pretty much the exact same thing that he did to Travis Banks at NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool, where he just attacks his leg and puts it on the steps and just stomps on it. And Jordan Devlin wasn't eliminated because he didn't go over the ropes, so he was safe. We like people that are safe, so that was nice.
What if he wasn't safe, though? What if he was unsafe?
Then that's not good. Travis Banks wasn't safe. That's definitely for sure. So
that's something like I'm starting to get a little sick and tired of that.
what, Travis Banks or
the fucking same thing now that they're doing between them, where it's like he keeps on attacking him and stomps his leg on the steps. Like, do something different. You don't
You know what I'm getting sick of?
over and over again.
It seems like Travis Banks too. Like every episode of like anytime I see him wrestle just anywhere, he just has to have like an injury angle every time. Like
he has to have an injury angle where he has to overcome the odds.
Yeah.
In every single match.
And then Shane Thorne gets eliminated, and Adam Cole gets eliminated. I think by Velveteen Dream. I don't remember. But that means it was going to be Shane Thorne versus Adam Cole in the first round, and I believe the final four were Tony Nese, Velveteen Dream, Jordan Devlin, and I think it was TJP, but I already messed up and broke out his elimination too early, but whatever. So the final three were Velveteen Dream, Tony Nese, and Jordan Devlin. Velveteen Dream eliminates Tony Nese, and Jordan Devlin eliminates Velveteen Dream. So it was going to be Tony Nese versus Velveteen Dream in the first round. And Jordan Devlin wins, so he got a bye in the tournament, which I thought it made the most sense for him to win because he's probably the most heelish out of all these guys in the match. So, yeah. I thought it was a pretty good battle royal. I gave it 3 1/4. I probably would have given it that rating even if I didn't know like how it was going to play out, but I still
I agree too. It's a very good battle royal.
Yeah.
It's just afterwards, how determines seeding.
Afterwards, Jordan Devlin does like an interview on WWE.com saying that he's the ace. You never bet against the ace. Which, if you watch NXT Party with Stefan Osborne and Jerry Slaughter, they say that's idiotic because in card games, typically the ace is typically like the lowest card on the thin, so it doesn't make any sense in that regard. So
I mean, but they keep on saying like,
yeah,
that's his catchphrase, but like he always loses.
No, he's actually he's only lost like 2 matches.
Big matches, I should say. Title matches. He lost against Finn Balor, and he lost against Pete Dunne.
Well, he's only lost a
career. He lost them both.
He's had good
loser. He's a loser.
Yeah, I just gotta keep going because I don't think no matter what I say, you're just gonna keep calling him a loser. All right, then you had the first round matches. The first match was Mark Andrews versus Drew Gulak. This was a good chain wrestling match. It was just kind of them feeling each other out. Mark Andrews did, some of his moves. He did like his 180 stomp, which I like that move. But Drew Gulak gets the win with a fluke roll up. And Drew Gulak actually advanced in the tournament, which I was happy about because I wanted him to win.
How dare you?
like Mark. Well, you wanted Mark Andrews to win.
How dare you not root for the baby face?
He's a loser too. He's never won it. How many matches Mark Andrews won in the NXT UK? He's won none of them.
He's a fucking loser.
But anyhow, this match was good. I gave it 3 stars. It was a nice chain wrestling match. Your thoughts on this match?
I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
Like all these matches were like none of them were like bad.
Yeah. What would you give it as a star rating?
I'll give it 2.5.
Okay. And then you have Travis Banks versus Keith Lee in another first round match. Keith Lee at first was being very sympathetic. Did he have a new theme song? Because I believe the theme song he came out with in this show was music he's never used before.
I don't remember his theme song, so I can't.
Yeah. But at first, Keith Lee is showing remorse towards Travis Banks since he's injured, but Travis Banks is being that defiant babyface that's not gonna go down without a fight, and that was a big mistake for Travis Banks because Keith Lee murdered him. He was dead.
The big man, the fatty, killed him.
Yeah, pretty much. But Travis Banks does the best he can, and yeah, it doesn't really work out for him. So, Keith Lee wins. With the like the jackhammer pretty much.
Man, fucking they couldn't wait to get rid of NXT UK.
No, because NXT UK made it to the finals, so
the first 2 matches, 2 of the however many superstars they had are already out.
Yeah. And yeah, but Keith Lee, it made sense to win since Travis Banks was coming in this match hurt. So,
overcome the odds.
Yeah, this match was pretty good too. I give it 3.25.
I give it 3.
And then you had you had Adam Cole versus Shane Thorne, and they had Shane Thorne work the heel and Adam Cole worked babyface for like this match, which was kind of weird. Shane Thorne I thought looked very impressive. I kind of think this is the match he needed because this is to show that he could still go at a singles level since his tag team partner quit the company. So
yeah, pretty much. But they always said the door's open for Nick Miller to come back.
Yeah,
it's just his wife had a baby and he was homesick and wanted to go back home.
I think they should put Shane Thorne on 20 because does Shane Thorne fit the 205 live weight limit?
I don't think so, but I mean, he is like a cruiserweight anyway.
Yeah, but obviously he's got to fit the 205 live.
Yeah, he's got to fit the 205 limit.
But I mean, they could easily
lie. 255.
They can easily lie though, because I bet half of the guys on the roster aren't even 205. So
yeah, he's 225, so he's well over it. He's a big man, the big boy.
He probably could easily cut the weight if that's all he had time to do when they didn't book him ever. So
they should. The one thing about the cruiserweight division, the 205 live, is they should drop 205 and just call it like the cruiserweight division or something like that.
Yeah,
because it's just I mean, as time's gone along, I see like a lot of superstars in NXT that like should be on 205 live, but they can't be.
Yeah, and like Shane Thorne would be a perfect fit for that. So.
Oh, he's a perfect fit. He could do flippy shit.
Yeah, and he does flippy shit in this match, but eventually the flippy shit's not enough. Adam Cole wins with the last shot right to the back of the head, which obviously that's what it is anyway. So he's not going to do it to the front of the head. So
why would he do the front of the head? We can do the back of the head.
Yeah. So Adam Cole advances, which obviously going to happen because they weren't going to have Adam Cole get out in the first round. So
that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, especially to Shane Thorne too. And they did have a storyline reason why Undisputed Era wasn't there, is because Adam Cole had confidence in himself to do this match, to do this whole tournament himself, which I guess wasn't much. Which I guess it didn't really work out for him in the end. So, but I thought this match also was pretty good. I gave it 3.25. And then we had TJP versus Dominik Dijakovic. Since I didn't know that they were in the first round at the time, I'm kind of like, when TJP came out, I was kind of like, why is he acting like a face here? And then when I saw Dominik Dijakovic, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, because it's like that big man, little man.
Yeah, and that's kind of what this match was. But TJP tries to target the arm of Dominik Dijakovic, and obviously, eventually, it's not enough for TJP to get the win. And eventually, Dominik Dijakovic wins with Feast Your Eyes, which was pretty much like a burning hammer, and he just drives his knee. It's pretty much like a burning hammer, but also like a reverse Hushi Koroshi, right to the face.
It's like like in a way, it's like a GTS.
Yeah.
Like it's like a reverse GTS with like, what's like a fireman's carry added to it at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. I like that. I actually like that finisher. So one thing I was disappointed about though is I wanted to see, but maybe they want to save that for a takeover, was Keith Lee go at it with Dominik Dijakovic, but I think they're saving that for
a big match since both of them can legitimately fly.
But I thought this match was good. I gave it 3 stars. And then I thought this was the best match of the first round. It was Cedric Alexander versus Tyler Bate. You want to talk about this?
It's a really good back and forth match. It's really just watch it. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Just watch the fucking match.
Like once I saw it was gonna be them, I'm just gonna be like, because if you think about it too, this was kind of like, because these were both like the standard bearers of both of their respective brands. Like, Cedric Alexander won the Cruiserweight Championship in that tournament last year, and then you have Tyler Bate win the first ever United Kingdom Championship tournament. And become the first ever United Kingdom champion. So
I liked at the beginning too. They had like a sign of respect for each other.
Yeah, definitely. And
But
they
that
both
could be a
wrestled.
great match at like an NXT takeover.
Yeah.
Could easily be a show stealer.
Even on it could be a show. It would easily be a show stealer on just 205 Live too and stuff. So
205 Live, any of the
yeah.
brands really, any of the developmental type brands.
Well, they can't do it in NXT UK because Cedric Alexander's not dating anyone from the UK or not UK itself, so
You
it's
never
not.
know.
He's not allowed over there. So
fucking Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch are gonna be on NXT UK.
Well, because Oney Lorcan's teaming up with someone. Like I guess you have to because he's friends with. Huh?
He's pulling favors because he's not British.
Just say I think because he's teaming up with someone that's British. So maybe Cedric Alexander gonna find a tag team partner that's British.
Someone that's British though.
That's true. I don't know why he's a. I guess there's barriers to the rules that they're kind of like, okay, we're just gonna no one will question this, but apparently they didn't think, oh, Chris Dodd's gonna question this, so.
They definitely were thinking that.
Yeah, but just a really good match. Tyler Bate won with a Tyler Driver 97 in a really good match. And I gave this match 3.5 stars. It was really good.
Yeah, 3.5 is right. This is a perfect. It's not. I should say perfect match, but like,
yeah,
it's a dream match that could happen anywhere pretty much.
Yeah, I like to see him go at it again. Like if Tyler Bate gets caught up to 205 Live weekly and stuff. So
it'd be incredible.
Yeah, and then Tony Nese wrestled Velveteen Dream. This match obviously was really good too. Velveteen Dream was just being Velveteen Dream and playing mind games with Tony Nese. And obviously Tony Nese wasn't having any of it. And he always misses that springboard moonsault. Like, stop going for that move because you miss it every time. Like, that's enough. That's you got to change up your game plan because if you keep going for that move, you're just going to injure your ribs forever. So don't do that. And then eventually Velveteen Dream wins with the Purple Rainmaker. Obviously because they weren't knocking out Velveteen Dream in the first round either. So I thought this match was pretty good. I gave it 3.25. And then you had the last match of the first round. It was Humberto Carrillo versus Zach Gibson. This match obviously too was pretty good. Humberto Carrillo wins with like almost like a Starship Pain, but not a Starship Pain. It's a version of it though. Which I was obviously because I'd already seen his match. I was happy he won, but I was kind of disappointed because we kind of missed out on a Velveteen Dream Zach Gibson match. I think that match would have been even better. So
yeah.
But I still thought unless they're gonna do that or like NXT UK tapings, maybe that's why. But we'll see. We'll see. But that match is pretty good too. 3.25. I actually like the first round. It's how you do a first round of a tournament where the matches are good but nothing fancy. So yeah. And then you had Humberto Carrillo be all excited afterwards that he won backstage. And then we had the quarterfinals. The first match was Keith Lee versus Adam Cole. Adam Cole targeted the knee of Keith Lee. And Keith Lee, overpowered Adam Cole throughout much of this matchup. I believe he had like a wicked pump-up powerbomb that I thought like broke Adam Cole's neck or something. Like, it was crazy.
Adam Cole's dead.
And then, well, he wouldn't be dead. He'd just have a broken neck. And then Adam Cole eventually hits like 3 super kicks in a row, and Keith Lee is just such a monster that they're not having any effect on him. But eventually he kicks him right in the leg and then hits another super kick and hits the last shot again, giving Adam Cole the win. This match was really good. I gave it 3.5 stars. It was just a really good match. And then obviously Adam Cole predicts that it's going to be a cakewalk the rest of the tournament right afterwards, which wasn't the case, but
it's the Adam Cole Invitational.
Yes.
I love that.
I guess it's not World Collide, it's Adam Cole's Invitational. So how does it Adam Cole Invitational though if he's not in every single match?
It's Adam Cole's Invitational.
Yeah. Then you had just a really awesome match. Dominic Dijakovic versus Tyler Bate. This match was just really good. like I said, another big man versus little man match, but Tyler Bate came out like the underdog, but he did some nice, powerful moves to Dominic Dijakovic. But Dominic Dijakovic like destroys Tyler Bate throughout like half of this match. He dives on him on the outside. He big boots him. He like he tries to go for the feast your eyes finisher again, and Tyler Bate counters into the Tyler Driver 97 out of nowhere and wins. And you could say I know because obviously I feel like they protected Dominic Dijakovic even though he lost because it's not like he went out weak losing. He dominated like a good 75% of this match. Like
Oh yeah, definitely for sure.
So I gave this match 3 3/4, which I don't know you don't like quarters, but it still gets 3 3/4. So but yeah, what'd you think of this match?
I thought it was a really good match.
Yeah,
Like you said, Dijakovic was protected. It made Tyler Bate look like a fucking absolute beast
yeah,
by beating the much taller Dijakovic.
yeah.
But really good match.
And then Tyler Bate is confident he's gonna make it to the semifinals, and his tag team partner Trent Seven comes up and congratulates him because they did plant the seed that like Tyler Bate would possibly want to go after the NXT UK tag titles. You know, obviously because he already has a tag team partner picked, so it's not like it's that hard for him to find a tag team partner.
Exactly. It's not like he needs to go very far.
Yeah. And then we had Humberto Carrillo versus Velveteen Dream. This match was really good. Velveteen Dream wrestled like a heel in this match because I think more people were going to be more in favor of Humberto Carrillo, which kind of didn't happen. They were more into Velveteen Dream than anything else. So
surprise, surprise.
They did a thing where Velveteen Dream went to jump off like the top turnbuckle and he hit his ribs right into the barricade, and that tied in because it injured his ribs throughout the rest of the tournament. But then eventually Velveteen Dream wins with the Purple Rainmaker, which I don't think anyone was surprised about because they weren't going to eliminate Velveteen Dream in this.
Until at least the final.
Yeah.
They weren't going to just be like, hey, you're out the fucking second round.
Yeah. But this match was really good, 3.5 stars. Humberto Carrillo looked pretty strong in this match. And then we had Jordan Devlin versus Drew Gulak. And I forgot to mention in the first Mark Andrews versus Drew Gulak match, one thing you notice is because the arena and stuff was so small, you could clearly hear the crowd say stuff to the wrestlers like they typically would. And in that match, they actually told Drew Gulak that he doesn't pay his taxes, and you hear him scream back, "Yes, I do." And they would say something like the Zach Gibson, and you could clearly hear him say, "You don't even know what that is."
Yeah.
I don't know what it was.
It was only about like maybe 3 or 4 rows deep.
Yeah.
Like there was not that many rows.
Throughout like this, in this match, and Drew Gulak says it like in his interview backstage, Jordan Devlin calls him an old man, and this like fired up Drew Gulak and said, "I'm doing the best I can." Because Gulak, even though like he did some of his heel mannerisms, he was more the babyface in this match than Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, Jordan Devlin's like one of the big heels in NXT UK.
Yeah, but like they still did things like with Gulak, like they both tried to cheat to win, and the referee caught him, so it didn't work.
Fucking cheaters.
Yeah. We know one person in our show wouldn't like that, but and then eventually Gulak gets the Gulak in on Jordan Devlin, but this protected his finisher because he didn't have like the full move quite in. So Jordan Devlin eventually gets the win with the Irish Curse, I believe it's called, where he does like the fireman's carry, like into a Michinoku driver almost.
That move is so sick.
Yeah. And Jordan Devlin wins, which obviously made the most sense because he was the freshest out of the two wrestlers. So it made sense for him to win. But it's not like Gulak didn't beat the crap out of him throughout much of this match. So
no, yeah, it's a very back and forth match.
Yeah,
very physical match.
So this match got 3 3/4. It actually was better than I thought it was going to be. Which Drew Gulak then talked about like afterwards because. It was the first time I think someone had called him an old man because he said he's only like 34 years old and he's being called an old man, so he was like surprised about that. So
he's like 31.
Oh, maybe I thought he said 34 in the interview. So
He's like 31, and Jordan Devlin's like 28.
Yeah.
It's really not that much of an age gap there.
Yeah, exactly. And then we had the match, like the semifinal match. It was the first of two. It was Adam Cole versus Tyler Bate. This match just was great. I think this is the first time they faced off, which I'm kind of surprised about. With all the matches like Mustache Mountain and Undisputed Era had with each other, this was the first time they were having a one-on-one.
Is this the
match.
first time the first time ever?
Well, in the WWE wise, I'm talking about. Maybe they've wrestled like somewhere else.
I could have sworn that during like when British Strong Style faced the Undisputed Era. I thought Adam Cole was in that match, but I guess not.
Yeah, he was, but I'm just saying, like, they've never faced one-on-one before.
Oh, one-on-one.
So.
Yeah, they faced off in tag matches.
But obviously, it was a great match. I actually thought Adam Cole was going to win this match, but that's not what happened. They had Tyler Bate win with a Tyler Driver 97, which obviously was a very big surprise because I expected, the finals to be Adam Cole versus Velveteen Dream since they did that angle before that on the Go Home show and stuff. But they went with Tyler Bate, which I was happy about. I like that move that Adam Cole hits where he acts like he's going to go for like a suplex and he just drives your head, knee first into his... No, he drives your head right into his knee. Like, that's an awesome move. So, yeah, that's just awesome. And this match was great. I gave it 4 stars, and I thought the right person went over, so there's that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And then we had the other semifinals match. It was the Velveteen Dream versus Jordan Devlin. A lot of this match was played up that Velveteen Dream was injured, so Jordan Devlin was taking advantage of his ribs injury, and they were worried about Velveteen Dream's health. But eventually he gets the win again with the Purple Rainmaker and beats Jordan Devlin. This match also was really good. I gave it 3 3/4. It was just a really good back and forth match. So.
Oh yeah, definitely yes. I agree.
And then you have the finals, which obviously was the best match of the whole tournament, which is how the finals should be. It should be the worst match of the tournament. That'd be bad. That's because
the two wrestlers who sucked. That's the final.
Hey, that was Mixed Match Challenge this year. So, where the two teams, where the two of like the worst team seeds made it to the finals. Which, how does that even happen? Like, because we never talked about this when we did, because we never reviewed TLC. Think about it. And can you imagine, like, in the Super Bowl, the two worst teams in the NFL made it to the finals? Now, obviously, there was other reasons why that happened in Mixed Match Challenge, because, like, the number one seed only got out, like, one of the times was because Braun Strowman got eliminated by Kurt Hawkins. So it was like, it's not like the number one seed really was eliminated, though. So.
Oh, yeah.
That's why a lot of people ask me why WWE doesn't do round robin stuff like NFL does. That Next Match Challenge Season 2 is the biggest example why they can't do that, because
it probably won't be renewed.
Yeah, because to do round robin tournaments in wrestling, you have to have like a long-term plan, and WWE's proved in Mixed Match Challenge that they don't have that. So.
Oh God, no.
Like, you can't. Because NFL, you don't have to have that because it's actually legitimate.
Whereas WWE, that's just like nothing.
Yeah,
pretty much.
I mean, WWE didn't give a shit about it anyways, so it's not like
they kept replacing everyone.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it still could happen even if they try to do it like for like a legitimate championship or something where people get hurt or
Oh yeah, definitely.
Or like they could just decide randomly. Because pretty much AJ Styles didn't get hurt, and they were just like, "Yeah, we have other plans for you. We're just gonna take you right out." Can you imagine that, like in the NFL tournament? Yeah, we're gonna take this team out. We got other plans for you. So.
Yeah, you can win next year.
Yeah, like, can you, like, and it's not like it mattered anyways because AJ Styles wasn't even in the Royal Rumble. So if he had won, his number 30 spot, like, I don't know, it's just weird.
I know that would be like.
That would be hilarious if they did that in the NFL. Oh, we're just going to take this team out. You can win it next year.
You can win it next year. Sorry.
That's pretty much what happened with AJ Styles. He was just like, yeah, you're going to be replaced. We have other things for you. So, just like, yeah.
So stupid. It was so dumb.
Like that's why they don't do round robin tournaments, because WWE just sucks when it comes to long-term booking. Like, they could, like, one day randomly, like, for example, if Adam Cole ever got called up to the main roster, they could just be like, yeah, see you later. We're just going to take you out of this. Don't say... and you could do other things.
Yeah.
It was so stupid.
Here you go. We're gonna think of doing this with you, but no, we're not gonna do that.
Yeah, because like they did the mixed match challenge like in September, and obviously like I knew that like they were gonna kind of change things, not that quickly and stuff, but like when TLC got closer, I was just kind of like, Asuka has a match at TLC, so she's not making it to the finals. So
I know you really you had to put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, that's why they don't do round robin tournaments like that. So
nope.
And they never should again.
Because it's trash.
Yeah. But then you had the main event of the show, Velveteen Dream versus Tyler Bate, in just a great match. I did like on commentary they were saying that like everyone was behind Velveteen Dream. And it's like the crowd heard Nigel say that, so they just chanted both these guys right afterwards, kind of like, yeah, Nigel, we like both guys.
That's what they did in that Cedric Alexander match too against Tyler Bate.
Yeah. But yeah, they had a great match. I know they had like a match before, but I think this match might have been better, mainly because I remember it more, because the other match happened so long ago that I don't remember it as well. But Velveteen Dream wins with the Purple Rainmaker, but they just had like a really great back and forth match. It really could have been any of these guys. And you could have given it to Tyler Bate, because then that opens up the door to do a rematch. But I feel like Tyler Bate can get it like another title match, or whether it's for the NXT UK tag titles or the WWE United Kingdom title, without, winning this tournament. And I think Velveteen Dream just made the most sense to win this tournament, because he's like the biggest face in NXT. He's the guy that's being pushed the most.
And about to be pushed in another up to the main roster too.
Yeah. So obviously there's that. So since Velveteen Dream afterwards too, he shakes Tyler Bates' hand in like a show of respect and stuff too. And now obviously this means that Velveteen Dream can pick which championship he wants to go after. And obviously that ties into NXT this week. So we will talk about, when we review NXT this week, what championship Velveteen Dream chose.
Velveteen Dream. Because he's the DREAM. He is.
Yes, he is. But yeah, what did you think of the Tyler Bate Velveteen Dream match?
It was, as his last name says, a dream match.
Yeah.
It was excellent. There's a lot of fantastic matches on this show.
Yeah.
Like it was a home. They hit a home run almost every match.
Yeah. And everyone that lost in the tournament didn't look bad for losing. So
no, they all look strong. They didn't like get fucking buried in a minute or 50 seconds or 30 seconds. They all look decently long matches.
I mean, I know you would like that to be buried in 30 seconds, so.
That's how the finish should have been. That's how the final should have been.
Yeah, I think you would like that. So, yeah. And obviously, too, because it's cool, because you don't get to see, like, most of these guys really mix it up all that much, so.
Oh, no.
I thought that was awesome. Kind of sucked for 205 Live, though, because they got kicked right out of the finals of the tournament, because, it was just NXT UK, and I mean, I guess you could say Tyler Bate though represents 205 in a way, because he fits the weight limit. So
it represents like all three brands technically.
Yeah,
because he's been in all three.
Yeah, and Velveteen Dream only represents one. So, but yeah, this is definitely very interesting. Match and stuff. This show was just great though. I'll give it a B+. This show would have been an A- had they had structured the way you could have watched this show better. That's like the only complaint I have about this show.
Definitely.
So, definitely. I hope they open up the door to do it again. Just put it all on the network at once in order. Don't do what you did before.
Yeah, just do it like we said before. Like it's a 4-hour show.
Yeah.
Because it's I think that both the live stream and on the network combined they were both 2 hours apiece.
Yes.
So it's like basically you're sitting down to watch like a Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Or a WrestleMania, like or not in that realm.
Yeah.
Even though they're much longer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Way too long. But like old school like WWF pay-per-views that were going for like 3.5 hours.
Yeah. But we're not done yet, though. Got one more thing to talk about, and that's halftime heat.
You got to change the title to put halftime heat on there.
Well, I said wrestling. This is called Wrestling Rundown. So.
Oh, okay.
So we had halftime heat a week ago Sunday, and yeah, it was just awesome. It was doing halftime of the Super Bowl. The one complaint we got to say, and this obviously has nothing to do with the show itself, but that WWE didn't like pay the Super Bowl and stuff to advertise it. Because obviously I'm just going based off you. You say they didn't show any ads for it, so they easily could have just said
editor, but like they could have paid some money.
Yeah, like easily this and the
At least to air it on their networks, not to air a commercial for like their networks. Because they work. I mean, I could see why they wouldn't like air it like during the Super Bowl, like the commercials, because they were kind of shitting on the halftime show before it even happened.
Well, what I was gonna say was like you don't necessarily have to shit on the halftime show either. You could just say, well, while you're listening to this song, if you want to watch halftime heat on the WWE Network, feel free.
Yeah, like, that would get a lot more people tuned in.
Yeah. Because obviously they probably didn't want to air it on like the NFL Network because they probably couldn't because the halftime show was there, and they probably wanted to air it on their own WWE Network because
they could have done it like a commercial on like CBS or something like that.
Yeah, so
where it was playing on, but yeah, it's stupid.
But I hope it does. I did hear it was like one of the most viewed videos they have on YouTube and stuff, and as for how it did on the network numbers, obviously we don't know that because I'd imagine it probably didn't do it as well.
Yeah, they said that there was a report that came out that said the views weren't good on the network.
But I feel like if it did well on YouTube, then
yeah, if that kind of makes up for it because probably a lot of people watched it later on.
Yeah, because I was watching Worlds Collide and then just switched right to halftime heat. Right after I finished watching Worlds Collide. So
yeah.
But yeah, we had halftime heat. It was filmed in the Performance Center, which was really cool because they don't ever do something like that. This was the first.
They said they might do something more like that in the future too. Also.
Yeah. So it was very cool because we've never seen them film a match in the Performance Center. I know they did some matches you could find on YouTube. They did Fabian Eichner versus Marcel Bartel in the Performance Center, and it's not. It's on the Performance Center's YouTube channel or whatever, but and I believe they filmed the last season of Tough Enough matches in the Performance Center, if I'm not mistaken, too. But I don't count those because Tough Enough sucks. So, but it was obviously I think this was live because it just definitely had that live vibe to it.
Oh yeah,
and it had a great crowd. A lot of it was I think there was some fans there, but it was mainly, friends and families of various wrestlers. We saw some wrestlers there. We saw Tanaira Conti there. We saw Orny Lorcan there with his Boston Patriots shirt. We saw, I believe we saw Mia Yim there, but I might be mistaken. No, Xia Li, that's what I'm thinking of. We saw Xia Li there. And I think Chelsea Green was there, but I might be mistaken. But she probably was there. So
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't doubt that that most of them were there.
Yeah, because they say if you go and pause it, you can easily find them. So when I watched it the second time, I tried doing that, but it obviously isn't the easiest thing sometimes. So, and you had Vic Joseph and Shawn Michaels on commentary for this match. And I thought they did a great job on commentary. Vic, especially too. This is easily like one of the best he's been on commentary.
Oh yeah.
And Shawn Michaels, I thought he did pretty good. You also got to keep in mind he doesn't commentate full time, so obviously he's gonna.
He doesn't do any commentary.
Yeah, I think the only commentary he's done was when you have to do like the guest commentary superstar appearances, but he's not doing it to be a good commentator. He's doing it to put over a storyline. So one of the problems, I guess, though, was like I think there was something up with Shawn's mic or something because you could barely hear him half the time.
I know his mic was too low.
Yeah. But you had the match. It was DIY and Adam Cole versus the Velveteen Dream, Ricochet, and Aleister Black. Velveteen Dream came out and he was all decked out in pretty much football attire, minus the pads and stuff like that. And I thought that was just an awesome entrance. And it was just like an awesome match. Like it's a match you would probably see like if you went to like your local indie show and stuff like that. Like,
oh yeah, definitely.
You know, you had Johnny Gargano and Ricochet start off the match, and they we did some of the spots from the match at NXT TakeOver Phoenix, like the Hurricanrana and Ricochet landed on his feet and stuff like that. And then Aleister Black and Tommaso Ciampa started off the match. Well, then tagged in. And then Adam Cole was tagged in, and Aleister Black, the kicks he was giving to Adam Cole, which apparently Vic Joseph thought was Adam Cole doing the kicks. I guess they look Aleister Black and Adam Cole look alike to him. So
they're the same person.
But yeah, those kicks he was giving to Adam Cole right in the chest were awesome. And I did like the spot where they all did their signature thing where they teased like they were gonna go for like their signature dives, and they all did like their taunts together in the ring and stuff. Johnny Gargano does like something to Ricochet. The camera didn't catch it where he's just laid out on the floor. I think he put him back first into the apron, and then Tommaso Ciampa drops Velveteen Dream right across the barricade, and he hits a running knee on him. And the heels get the heat on Velveteen Dream for a bit. And then Velveteen Dream hits a super kick on, I believe, Tommaso Ciampa. Ricochet gets the hot tag. And that's when the match right there gets insane. Like they do the spot where they do the brawl segment where they each have the face off with each other. Adam Cole does the Panama Cinema. No, pretty much the Canadian Destroyer. I knew I was gonna mess up that name, but the Canadian Destroyer off the second turnbuckle right onto Ricochet, which was awesome. Because that's the first time he's done that move. So. And then they do a spot, and I even liked that there was a little bit of storytelling in this match. Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa really worked together right away in the match. Johnny Gargano was very hesitant to tag Tommaso Ciampa into the match. He would only tag Adam Cole, or Tommaso Ciampa would only tag Adam Cole. So pretty much Adam Cole had to take all the punishment in this match because DIY.
They was scared.
So there was that. And I even love the the triple meet me in the middle that DIY and Adam Cole did right on Ricochet. And that would have ended the match right there had Aleister Black not come and broken up the pinfall. So they had a ton of dives on each other where Velveteen Dream hit a dive, Johnny Gargano hit a dive, and I thought it was very realistic. When Ricochet went for his dive, Gargano tried to catch him with his slingshot spear, but Ricochet was just way too fast for him. So,
way too fast.
Yeah,
he's a fast man. And
then you had the finish where everybody accidentally super kicks Tommaso Ciampa, and then eventually everybody hits the finish onto Adam Cole, and Velveteen Dream beats him with the Purple Rainmaker, and he gets the win. Which obviously that made sense for Adam Cole to eat the fall because he's not as high up as main event status right now as DIY is at the moment. Because obviously Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa are just on a whole different level than him right now. So, and plus someone had to eat the fall. So, and it's not like anyone looked bad. It's not like it made Adam Cole look any worse for eating the fall. Everybody still looked very good in this match.
Oh,
so.
Evan still looked good, yeah.
It's just someone has to get pinned, and I thought Adam Cole, if like like I even said this was gonna happen. If the heel team lost, it would be Adam Cole taking the fall. So
I did too. I knew it.
Then afterwards, the faces celebrate to end the halftime heat show, and that was pretty much the match. Any additional thoughts you have about it, or?
No, but it was an excellent match. It was fantastic. It was just a great match.
And obviously, we found out that they probably should have just aired this match instead of what the halftime show was. So
halftime show sucked.
Yeah. So, and what was funny is, anytime someone said that, I just kept commenting on like their Facebook statuses. Did not watch halftime heat. That's better. So, maybe they should have just aired this instead because you probably had like a better halftime show experience because this fucking match like brought the adrenaline up and it made you hyped up to want to watch the Super Bowl again. Like
yeah, not like fucking what the halftime show did.
Like this match, like I've watched this match twice now and it still holds up. Like when we grade this show, we're only gonna do this by star rating too because there was only one match on the show. So I gave this match like 4.25 stars. It was fantastic.
Yeah,
like
I agree. Same thing.
I really hope they do this again because they easily could do this like with they probably couldn't do this with like the Pete Dunne because his style of wrestling has to because you probably have to have a quick style of wrestling to do a match like this and Pete Dunne's style isn't very quick. Like it's not like he can be quick but he has to build up to that. Like the reason why this match worked is because 6-man tag team matches are just utter chaos and stuff. So and it was just awesome. Like but they could do like I have a feeling too like once XFL comes in they'll probably do something like this every year. So which obviously once XFL comes in everyone will be mad about that. So like me. So yeah, just a great match, a great show. And it definitely showcased NXT very well. So what kind of sucks though is they didn't bring this up at all in NXT this week. So it's as if like this match kind of like just existed and no follow up to it. So that's the only flaw that came out of this, and that obviously it cost me the win. So that was the big flaw. So I do have an opponent lined up for you to defend your Wrestling Rundown Championship against. I'm gonna reveal who it is tomorrow. And yeah, I'll just reveal who it is tomorrow. It could be. Let's see if he can dethrone you, knock you off that pedestal, and you have to scratch and claw your way back up.
But I also have the Money in the Bank briefcase.
Well, what's gonna happen though if like you stay champion all that time and can never use it? So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much that. But there's one other thing we got to talk about actually. You saw a Facebook live video like about a couple weeks ago. You want to talk about? I said I'd let you talk about that. What do you want to talk about that Facebook live video we saw?
Man. It was Rob Van Dam had a nice little live stream, and he was fucking high out of his mind in his gym. With shitty connection and just talking about his documentary that was coming up about him, and
yeah,
he just like looked like he was completely stoned.
Yeah,
it's hilarious.
Like he did. Like
check it out. Go check it out. Watch it. Be funny.
I can't even like begin to explain like that.
It's one of those things we get to watch it.
Yeah, because like you could totally tell that he was because he didn't. You could. He was like doing it too at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something too. Like
that dude was fucking gone.
Yeah, and he was like talking about too like, like in the beginning too. You could just tell he's flustered. Like he didn't like typically when like a famous person's gonna do like a live stream, they typically have something prepared they're gonna talk about. Like him, he was just
he just went into it.
yeah. Like I even like too when it's thin. Like he's like how he talked about it was like warm outside. Like, unless you live like here because it's like fucking freezing. Like you could just tell he was high when he was saying that. um, like, um, yeah. Like, I mean, we could talk about how it's like a shitty situation. Like he's in that place, I guess, but. I feel like he's not like in a shitty state. I just think it's personal choice that he's just taking the drugs that he's taking. So,
he loves it. He loves them.
Yeah. So it's like, I guess he's got a documentary coming out though. So when did he say it was coming out? I bet he doesn't even. I bet he said the wrong date too.
It's like February. It's coming out like a few. No, it came out like 2 days ago, I think.
Yeah, he probably didn't even say the right date though when he was doing the stream. So.
Because he's high as shit.
Yeah. But that's RVD. What do you grade that live stream if you had to grade it from an F to an A plus?
A+.
Okay, yeah. That might be the best. Can you imagine that's like the best? I hope he does another one of these like I have a feeling too when they come out, it's gonna be like out of nowhere too, and he'll be like that again, like
3 in the morning, high as shit. Looks like he hasn't slept in about 3 days.
Get your shit together, RVD. Like, really. Oh my gosh. Like, what would... Can you imagine AEW signs him and he just shows up high on, like, the first AEW show?
I love how back in like 2002, 2003, they always made, like, marijuana references. Every single fucking time.
Yeah.
RVD, like catching the skunk, like Mary Jane. Like those are fucking. I look back at those now, and I like every time I see like that a segment with him in it, and they're talking about fucking pot like discriminately to where you wouldn't like get it, like as a kid. I watch it now, and it's like I die laughing.
Yeah. Especially too, like you would think he would stop that crap too after he lost his main event push in 2006 and stuff too. Like,
oh no,
maybe he was just like, "You want to take away my main event push? I'm just gonna keep doing it.
I'm just gonna keep smoking pot."
Maybe that's why he went to TNA. He's just like,
because he can just do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah, he's like, no one's gonna stop me from doing all these drugs.
They didn't fucking stop Jeff Hardy from going to the fucking ring. That's for sure.
No, it didn't. Oh, but yeah, RVD. I have a feel that should be like a week. Every time RVD does a new one. What did you take out of his live stream though? Like, was there anything memorable? Like, there's anything that he said that just had you laughing, or?
And the whole time I was laughing because I couldn't take his fucking face seriously. His fucking eyes were all over the place.
I know. Like enough of that.
Stop laughing.
I think I've watched it like 5 times. I might watch it again now that we started talking about it. So I hope he didn't. I hope he didn't take it.
Everything we covered so far.
Yeah.
Make sure to tune in tomorrow. Maybe if you're watching this tomorrow, but it's going to be recorded tomorrow. Wrestling Rundown Part 2. Be prepared.
Yeah.
And watch us ramble on about wrestling like we always do.
And this time Noah Foster will be joining us, so you'll get to meet Noah Foster for the first time, Chris. So
yay! He keeps popping up my recommendations on Facebook all the time.
Yeah, so you actually
get notifications.
You'll actually get to meet him. And we're gonna be talking about, all the WWE shows, every single main roster show, and all like the indie part of the WWE shows. So there's that. And then obviously maybe Sunday, we're going to record and have uploaded the Retro Wrestling Review series for WrestleMania 21. Depends on, because obviously it might not work out. It might have to be pushed back a week. So,
or pushed up a day or two.
Yeah. And then obviously you can also check out, even though they don't need me to plug them because they have enough subscribers, but Aaron Riff's YouTube channel is just called Aaron Riff, which is pretty much NoDQ.com. It's the one that has the NoDQ symbol because he has two of them, one wrestling, one none, where he just posts vlogs and stuff. Because being recorded tonight, I'm going to be on, well, actually tomorrow, because it'll be at 1 in the morning. I'm going to be doing the NXT party with Stefan Osborne, Jerry Slaughter, and Cindy G. So that would be a lot of fun. What makes it suck is you have to like stay up all night for it though. So that sucks. But whatever. And then obviously for the Owen the Talkinator YouTube channel, check that out. I'll be finishing up the Walking Dead reviews. I'll be watching episodes 7 and 8. And whenever those Walking Dead movies are going to be made, I'll be reviewing those. But they say they were going to make them, and, they're not giving us much information about it. So, because that's actually what's going on with Rick now, actually, Chris, is his story's not done. He's going to be in a movie now. So, that's going right to TV, too, not to, theater.
That's going to just air on, like, AMC and stuff like that?
Yeah. Because I don't think anyone would go see it if it went to theaters. And then I obviously will be reviewing Glass. You remember that movie, Chris? That movie that one time that Raw hyped up like 3,000 times. And
yeah.
It actually was a good movie, but I didn't want to hear about it like 3,000 times. So, and then Sia Brothers, I'll be uploading. Me and my cousin, which was what we were supposed to upload last night, we'll be uploading pre-recorded today at 6:30. Probably be up at 9. Red versus Blue video review, Volume 1. We're gonna call it Season 1 though, because Netflix is being weird and saying Volume 1. So we're not gonna follow that Netflix crap.
No, you're not.
And then obviously being pre-recorded today too at 8 o'clock is gonna be the first episode of Season 5 of Breaking Bad. And then that's gonna be pre-recorded and uploaded tonight. So got a lot of stuff coming. So. Everyone's gonna be happy. I actually have, backup. I actually get to promote stuff that actually comes up. So,
I know, yeah.
So, obviously it could change. Obviously, the stuff could change because the Red versus Blue and Breaking Bad stuff was supposed to get done yesterday. But Chris, I already told you what happened with that, so we need to get into that. So, but that's pretty much the end of the video. We will talk to you guys tomorrow. What time we pre-recording the rundown tomorrow? I didn't give Noah a time yet because I was waiting on you. So
afternoon. Doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything.
Well, I don't know. I guess I got an eye doctor appointment at 11 o'clock. So
anything after? Well, yeah, we'll probably do in the afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, anyway.
Yeah. So, because I'm probably yeah. But that's pretty much the end of the review. Say goodbye to everyone, Chris, before I hit stop recording. Let me hit stop recording. Bye.
Bye.
Talk to you later.